Hi everybody out there, how are you doing? It's just coming up to 5 PM, just finished school. I thought I'd crack on with my garage that needs finishing, as you can see. Done a fair amount of it, but during the rainy season it's been a bit hard to work on it. And as you can see, it's a bit overgrown. Let's take you through there. I've already done a section of the roof. It's enough to keep the car dry. I've put a beam in down here. It's about 18-inch reinforced steel beam. That's gone from this post to this post. Yeah, this stuff grows like nobody's business. I mean, it's only a couple of days I cleared this off. As you can see, I'm going to put another beam up the middle there. I think the span between the posts is a little bit too big. And these blocks we use in Thailand, they're not solid and they tend to crack. I bought another 10 on the way home today. So yeah, I want to try and get this beam in here so the span's a little bit less than the other one. But I'm probably still going to put a beam in the centre there, give it more support. But I want to get this roof finished. It all needs clearing out a bit here. I'll take it down here. I'm going to make a bit of noise, as you've probably seen in my other videos. This is snake country. And during the wet season they do enjoy it. You can see there's a piece of rope there. And this climber's gone all the way up. There, I did actually dig another hole there for another post. I'm going to try and work on that today. I'm going to get a reinforced padstone at the bottom there, get ready for another post that's going to go in line with these two. That's going to be in line with the end of the house there. Once complete, I'm going to build a brick wall here. I'm going to brick up in between the posts and seal it all in. And I'm going to put a big concrete base down there. Yeah, there's my pickaxe. I thought I'd lost that. But we got it back. Yeah, maybe my missing shovel's under there somewhere. These are aubergine plants, and you've got to watch them because there's something on the leaves and the stems that actually irritate the skin, and you get very, very, very itchy. Okay, there's this durian tree that Mum put in there. That's doing rather well. Oh, let's get out of there. I've had a bit of a clear up around the side of the house, but I want to get this finished, get it all sealed in. Once I've done that, I can get the tiles down, get the walls finished, get the walls painted. It's a lot of work to do. And this section here will be my garage for the car. And from this post onwards to the end of the house there, that's going to be my workshop. As soon as I get my workshop done, I can start working on some projects I've got in mind. I want to build a canoe. I want to try and build a recumbent bicycle at some point. Well, this is the beam that's going to go in there. It's one I've built earlier. Hopefully it's the right size. I've got my trusty Sinbad machete. Unfortunately I left it out in the rain and it's gone a bit rusty, but it'll do the job. Here. You see, I've got all my old gear on. I don't want to ruin new t-shirts and new shorts. Boy. I could actually try and use the weed whacker on this, but as you can see there's lots of broken tiles and bits of stone, bricks. I don't really want to damage the blade. I put these down as hardcore when I do the concreting. So basically I just want to cut myself a pathway so I can get down to that hole, so I can excavate it a little bit more. I think it needs to go down about another 4 inches, and then I can put 100mm padstone in there, reinforced to steel, let that set. We'll get another post in there, then I can get the steel beam across the top there, and then get the rest of the roofing on there. At least then it will give me some shelter if it rains. We're coming up to the end of August, beginning of September. It's normally the worst month for the rain. We get the heaviest rain in September and early October. But like I say, at least it will give me a dry place to start working. I'll quickly show you. I prepared one side of the trench to accept the reinforcing steel I showed you. So as you can see, it's going to be about 18 inches, same as the other beam there. I'm going to use some of this timber here that I salvaged from the mother-in-law's when they knocked the building down over there. I'm going to put the beam in there and concrete it in. That's where the block work will go, up to the top beam. As you can see, I've put the beam in up there. Now I've got my level here. I just want to make sure it's nice and level. I don't know if you can see that, there is a slight drop, maybe an inch, so I'm going to allow for that. There's the post hole down there. So let's see if we can put you here. Yeah, as you can see it's slightly out of level, but it's by about 2 inches, so let's get the tape measure out. Let's see what we got. What about 3 meters, 570. Okay, we've got 3 meters, 300. Yeah, we still need to go down another 200, another 200 millimeters. Yeah. So, more digging, more dirty hands. Let's get down and do it, shall we? Okay, I don't know if you can see the line up there. Get it roughly in line with this post and that post. There's a Mr. Bean line up, so we're talking the post should be roughly around the front here. I'm not too concerned if it's a little bit out, it's got to be rendered anyway. Yeah, we're down quite a way as it is, so it's a case of getting on my knees and digging. Okay, let's do that and I'll get back to you. Sun's about to just go down. I've taken another 250 millimeters off the hole. Hopefully it should be enough. We'll go out there and quickly measure it before we lose the light for the day. Yeah, so now we're down, that's about, I don't know, that's about 2.5 feet. deep now, but it's necessary. It is what it is. We need to do it. As you can see, the soil's really red. I'll take you over and quickly show you what came out. And I'm going to keep this either for potting up plants, or I'm going to make some clay out of it. I think that would make some really good clay for the fire pit that I want to make. And like I say, if I don't use it, I can mix it in with some compost and we can use it as potting for my plants. Let's get back and let's measure this quickly before we run out of light. Alright, I'm going to try and prop you on there. We'll get a view of the level. Like I say, it's a couple of inches out at the moment. Hopefully I can balance you there. Okay, see what we got. I'm looking for about 3 meters 500 millimeters. That's 3.5 meters. I'm only going to do a 50 millimeter plinth because I'm going to reinforce it with steel. So, right, that's at the bottom of the hole and it's at 330. So there you go. We've got the level right there. Voila, that's about 3,550. Okay, so that will give us 350 millimeters for the length of the post and 50 millimeters for the padstone, we call it. Red hands, yeah, red hands at night, not a happy wife. Hopefully it's not going to be raining tomorrow. We can crack on and get the plinth done, the reinforcement. I'll show you how I weld the steel, how I mark it out 50 millimeters deep. We'll mix the concrete up and we'll get it done. So hopefully by the weekend that will be hardened and we can get the post in. And then from there we can get beams done, roof on. The ring beam we can finish, the beams on the bottom. And once we've done that, it doesn't matter if it rains. Okay, well it's the following day. We ran out of light yesterday, so I couldn't carry on. I'll just show you the hole again. Because the tape measure is flexible and I can't really get an accurate measurement, and I really do want to try and get it as accurate as possible, I've marked up 3 meters 570 millimeters on a piece of steel. Okay, you can see the mark there. I've put a little bit of tile, as you might have seen in the bottom of the hole, the post hole. So I'm going to raise the steel up and I'm going to get it level on the top, and that'll give me a nice accurate measurement. Obviously the tile's going to be about 4 or 5 millimeters, so I've got to account for that. Okay, let's get up the ladder, get the steel in place, and I'll show you. You can see what I've done. I flattened the bottom of the post hole out because it's quite clayey, as you might have seen yesterday. Get it nice and level. Okay, and we've got our mark up there. Hope you can see that. I'm just going to put you down while I get the level on there. As you can see, it's nice and level. We'll bang up on the 3 meter 550 mark. Okay, that allows us 50 millimeters for the padstone. So I'm going to go and make the reinforced steel for that. Get it in place and we'll get it concreted in today. Well, I've managed to get some rebar. I stole it out of what I've used to make my cage where I grow my ginger. I've measured the width of the hole. It's just under 300, so I'm going to do these about 290. These are about 1 meter, so we should get 3 out of each. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we'll make a quick cross-section rebar. You can actually wire these together, but I like to weld them. It gives it that added strength, I feel anyway. So I've dug my welder out, my arc welder. As you can see, this has served me quite well over the years. It looks a bit old and rusty, but it does work. I've got a 10 amp socket which I put outside the house here. It allows me to weld out here. I used to have to only have a 10 amp one out the back, so I could only actually weld out the back, and it's difficult to get things around the back, so it's really helped me out. So let's mark these up. We'll get them cut with the angle grinder and we'll get them welded together. An old bit of tile here I'm using as a guide. So it's 290, 290, 290, and it gives us a little bit left over, which I'm going to use. I'm going to mark 50mm, and I'm going to hammer it into the base of the hole, so that it gives me a guide as to the level of the concrete. Okay, there's them both marked up. I'm going to use the angle grinder to cut them. You're probably wondering, oh, he's taken the guard off, he's taken the handle off. I wouldn't highly recommend this. I've had years and years and years of experience using these things. I'm pretty good with them. If I have the guard on there, it doesn't allow me to cut so well with this cutting disc. So, you know, I go against all the health and safety rules, I know. But I wear my glasses, keep my eyes protected. I keep the sparks away from me. And I keep it held very, very, very tight, and I keep it away in case the wheel does shatter. It's not going to hit me, especially in this part of my body. Okay, but I do recommend, you can actually cut these by using the hacksaw. I don't actually cut right the way through the rebar, because I can just give it a bend and a snap, and it saves me a bit of the disc as well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to weld these as a lattice, and that will form our reinforced padstone for the post to sit on. Let's set the welder up and get cracking. Got my welding hat on, got my glasses on, so let's get this welded up, shall we? There, I think we have it. fair, that corner's not taken, so we're going to have to redo this one. That one's only just taken. You know, I'm not a master welder, and that corner hasn't taken, so we've got a bit more to do that. I'm not going to worry about tacking the centre. Oh, that's got a bit hot as well. Okay, that seems to have got it. There we go, I'm not going to touch it. But, so there we have it. So let's get this put in the hole and get our concrete mixed up. You might be thinking, oh, he's not wearing protective gear. Well, I normally do. I normally wear a shirt, long sleeve shirt, protect myself from welding burns, but you know, there was only 8 points that I tacked. Not a vast amount of welding, so I didn't bother. Let's go and put it in the hole. Right. I'm not actually going to put the steel in the hole yet. I'm going to put about 10 mil of concrete down, then I'm going to sit it on that. And then I'm going to put the rest of the concrete on the top. It will just so it encases it. I don't want any steel exposed to any moisture where, you know, over the years it can rot away. As you can see, I've marked 50 millimeters. You know, it's not pinpoint perfect, but it's enough. So I'm going to put these in at 2 points. That'll give me a guide to the top of my cement, and I'm not going to touch our reinforced bar with this, so if this rots away it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's do that. I've stuck the rebar in there just to give you an idea. I'm going to take it out, like I say, and put some concrete down first, just so it's in the centre of the plinth. As you can see there, I put the pins down, one in each corner, 50 mil sticking out. That's going to be the level of my concrete. That'll give me 3.5 meters to the top of the beam. So let's get our concrete mixed up, shall we, before it rains? It looks like it's clouding over a bit. I've got the concrete mixed up. I've done it in a bucket. I'm hoping it should only take 2 buckets. Didn't want to do it in a mixer just for 2 buckets. Okay, it's fairly wet. I've used 1/3 stones, 1/3 sand and 1/3 cement, just to get it nice and strong. So let's get it in there, and then we'll drop the rebar in. I'll drop the rebar on top. There's about 20 mil of concrete. I've still got half a bucket left, but I don't think it's going to be enough to fill it up to the 50 mil mark. So let's get that in and see if we have to make some more up. Okay, there we have it. Got a little bit of cement left over. I had to mix another half a bucket up. As you can see, I've levelled it up to the 50 mil mark, flattened it as best I can, so I'll leave that to dry. I'll cover this hole up with a tile. We'll come back in a couple of days and we'll put the post in. Well, the sun's going down now. We've got about maybe half an hour of light left, so I'm going to call it a day. There's nothing more I can do now. I suppose I could retrieve my level. I actually had to take the ladder inside because for some reason when I was using the welder it tripped the breaker. I'll have to check that out, make sure it is a 50 amp breaker. I'm probably not going to do any more work on this till Saturday, so I'll probably upload this video as part 1. If you like it, do give me a thumbs up, do subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you later.